30 seconds or something. Here it is.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Savannah McIntosh. I work here at Endeavor Communications, and today we're going to be talking about how to watch TV over the internet. I am here at our headquarters here in Cloverdale, Indiana. I also have Kathy Morgan in the room to help me look at the comments to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to talk a little about Endeavor and what we are and what we do here for a minute while people hop on. We are an internet service provider here in Cloverdale, Indiana. We've been in business for over 75 years. We offer home phone and fiber internet, and we have, I think, about over 12,000 customers here in the state of Indiana. So we are very invested in, keeping our communities connected and trying to help our community, especially people who maybe need some extra help with how to set up this technology and, kind of keep with the times and take the full capabilities of the internet, especially our internet specifically. So I'm going to start off here with how to watch TV over the internet. I do have somebody looking at the comments, so if you guys do have any comments specifically, you can comment them. We already have a couple things prepared right now just to cover a little bit of the basics of streaming TV, but feel free to comment at any point if you do have questions. So to start out, some people may not know, what is streaming TV? I'm sure you've probably heard of Netflix, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, and that is streaming. We like to call that on-demand streaming, which is a bit different than streaming TV. Streaming TV is essentially just like cable. It's a cable replacement option. It's the same thing as your normal cable TV. You can record your shows, it has that channel guide, and you can watch your favorite channels anywhere. The only difference is really how it's done. So your cable TV is going to be done through satellites and cables, whereas your streaming is going to be purely through your internet. Why use streaming TV versus cable is always a big question, and streaming TV is going to be, especially if you have reliable internet, much more reliable than your traditional cable TV if you have reliable internet. Also, your streaming TV packages, most of them aren't going to have a lot of those unnecessary channels that a lot of people don't really watch, and you can watch your TV anywhere. So if you have a phone, an iPad, a laptop, anything that you can access the internet through, then you can watch your TV anywhere that you want. Also, on average, a lot of these streaming TV options are going to be much cheaper than your traditional big cable packages as well. So let's say, hey, I'm interested in streaming TV. What do I need to get started? And kind of the basic ones right off the bat is a strong internet connection. So the good news for anybody watching this, if you have Endeavor Internet, you already have that. Even our lowest package, which is 100 megs, is going to be more than enough than what you would need to have a strong stream. And thankfully, if you have Endeavor, you're going to be totally fine with that, with any package that you have. But we always recommend that you have at least 25 megs or higher. Also, you're going to need your internet network name, so whatever the name of your network is, as well as the password for it, because obviously you're going to be setting up some different devices and logging into the internet, so you're going to need to know what the name and password is so you can set it up. If you don't know that, you can call into whoever your internet service provider is, and they can help you reset that. And along with that, you're going to need an email account, so to set up your account to access that, you're going to need to open your email account, verify your identity, certain things like that. You also are going to need streaming capable devices. So if you don't have a smart TV already, obviously if it's in your budget, great, you can go ahead and upgrade to those smart TVs. You can also get a smart DVD player, or kind of the more budget-friendly option, you can get a Roku stick or a Fire Stick or Chromecast. These are definitely going to be the cheapest options for streaming. You are going to have to get one of those, though, for each TV or each device you want to do that on. Another thing you can use is a gaming console. We don't really recommend that you go out and buy a gaming console purely for streaming because there are cheaper alternatives to do that. But if you do have an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 or later, you can use those for streaming as well. Where can you get all of those things? Obviously, your internet, whoever your provider is in your area. Personally, we recommend Endeavor, obviously. If you don't know your internet password, you can call your internet service provider and they can help you reset your password and make sure that you have access to that. If you don't already have an email account, you can set one up for free, on Gmail, Yahoo, whatever you need. If you have those streaming capable devices, great. You don't even have to go anywhere or do anything. But if you do need to get either a smart TV, a smart DVD player, or that Roku stick, Fire Stick, whatever it may be, you can get those. Order them on Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, any of those really big stores there. You can get those devices at. Now, for price, obviously your internet, that's not going to be a really big upfront cost. You're probably already paying that. Our packages here at Endeavor range from about $60 to $90, and are more than enough for you to be able to stream on multiple devices. You can get an email account that is totally free, and then for those streaming capable, devices to make it able to stream, that's where really your biggest spend is going to be up front. So either that smart TV for a small one can start around $130 and it goes up from there. Typically the cheapest option and what we recommend is either a Roku or a Fire Stick or a Chromecast, and you can get those as cheap as about $30 at any of those stores. And if you can find them on Facebook Marketplace or you have a friend, you can get them used for even cheaper. And same with those gaming consoles. If you find a used one or something, you can purchase one of those to do streaming TV, but there's a cheaper option to do it. And the biggest question that we always get is, what's the best TV option? Which one should I go with? I know, YouTube TV is an option, Hulu TV. I also know there's these budget options with Philo, Fubo, Sling. I always like to say that YouTube TV and Hulu TV are kind of the all-inclusive options. So they've got your most kind of the traditional feel of cable, I would say, and are the most intuitive and easiest to set up and access. And they have the most channel options as well. Now, with that being said, you're going to pay a lot more for YouTube TV and Hulu TV. They each run about $65 a month. But you're going to get a lot more channels, and they're also more easily accessible on more devices as well. Now, if you are on a tight budget, then you also have Philo or Fubo or Sling. So if you really only care about those local channels with a lot of those like basic channels, Philo and Fubo or Sling might be the best option for you.
So I have someone asking if YouTube is free, just the basic YouTube, can you watch that on your TV as well?
Yeah, so let's say that you got a Roku or a Fire Stick or a streaming TV, whatever it is, you can access just regular YouTube, not even the streaming TV version. You can watch that for free on if you have a smart device, basically.
So will those be with commercials, or are there commercials on those as well?
So, if you're just watching your normal YouTube, it's going to be like your traditional YouTube experience where maybe there's a video, an ad before a video. But the streaming TV options, these are going to be just like cable. It's just like you go to Fox News and you've got the commercials in between. It's just like cable, except it's through the internet. So you're still going to have those commercials unless you record them and skip through them. Do we have any other questions right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
Nope.
So those are kind of some of the big key players for your streaming TV options. And on our website at weendeavor.com, we do have a streaming guide set up, and you can go through this, and it's going to basically cover a lot of what I'm covering right now. And it's basically what do I need to get started? What are the different devices that I can go to? So you can see here, the Fire Stick, the Roku, the Chromecast, even Apple TV that I was talking about earlier. You can even click these on the website and go to Roku.com or Amazon to buy these devices right here. It's all set up on our website so that you can easily access those online. We also cover, that on-demand streaming versus live TV, that difference between Netflix or just Hulu and then the Hulu live TV. Especially with Hulu, there is, a big difference between your normal Hulu and your Hulu Plus live TV, because that Hulu live TV is just like your cable TV, but it's going to be way different than that normal Hulu where you have it all on demand and, there's no commercials, or there are commercials if you choose to pay for that. We also have the section here purely about live TV streaming, so you can see right here just the gist of kind of those top 4 streaming TV options of YouTube TV and Hulu versus like Sling and Philo. So you can see here, Hulu and YouTube TV both run about $65 a month, and they have almost double the channels that Sling has. Also with YouTube and Hulu TV and also Philo, they have that free trial. So I know that it's a big deal to go from cable TV to streaming TV. You can rest assured that if you do want to try these out, you can do a week with it and see how you're feeling, get used to it, see if Hulu TV is even the best option for you, or if you like YouTube TV better. So with these on our website as well, you can click this and it takes you straight to the Hulu website, and you can see all of the different channel options, and you can even sign up for a free trial right then and there through that link. So what I was talking about earlier with, how do I set it up? This is exactly where you're going to go. That's why you need, that email I was talking about, and know your zip code so you can see what channels are in your area specifically. And on top of that, we do have a channel lineup, so you can compare the channel offerings for all 4 of these live TV streaming options, because that's always kind of the biggest deal breaker for people of, if I'm paying for this, I want to make sure I have the channels that I'm going to watch. So if you click on this right here in blue, it says you can click here to see how they each stack up. This is where we have that channel comparison chart. So let's say Hallmark is a really big channel that you like and you spend a lot of time watching that. Well, obviously you want your live streaming TV to have that channel on its list. So you can scroll down here. It's in alphabetical order, and if you go to the H's here, you can see, oh, look at that, YouTube and Hulu don't have Hallmark as an option. So maybe, I go with the Sling Blue package and I pay for that extra channel, or I go with Philo. Or, if HGTV is a big one you watch, oh, look, it's available on all of those. Great, that's not a deal breaker. So you can go through here and check all of your favorites and see which ones have them and which ones don't as well.
What about local channels? We're being asked what local channels are available.
Yeah, so if pretty much all of the live streaming options, if you look them in, that's why a lot of these ask for your zip code here, because they run what local channels do you need through your zip code. So any of these live streaming options that you go with are going to have those local channels specific to you, and a lot of them are going to have all of the regular news channels, the Fox News, the ABC, the AMC, Animal Planet, the Big Ten Network, and a lot of these do have additional sports packages for people who are really big sports fans. Sometimes it's an added price, and sometimes it's included. It just depends. So I always tell people, check out this channel lineup so that you can make sure that you're getting the channels that you watch, because if you're paying for this, you want to make sure that you at least have the channels that you watch. So you can always go to our website. It's weendeavor.com. If you go to our home page, it's right there on the home page. I will show you how to get to it. If you go to weendeavor.com, this is our home page. You'll scroll down. and it says check out our live streaming guide. If you go there, this is where you can check all this information out as well. So you can go to we have the links to all of the websites. If you click on these, you can even sign up for these right through this app. So let's say you're interested in Sling, or if you just want to check their website out for more information, this is where you're going to go to get that information.
Do you need to stream? I mean, do you need to use? Can you DVR on a streaming device? Sorry, I was reading this. Can you DVR something on a streaming device, or do you need to?
So on YouTube TV and Hulu TV, they do have a DVR option, and if I recall correctly, I know YouTube TV has unlimited DVR recording, so you can record as much as you want, and there's no limit on it. Now, with that being said, I think it's like after 90 days, they start deleting it, unless you choose to keep it, but there's unlimited DVR, I believe, with YouTube, and then with Hulu, I think it is limited, but all of them have the option to record shows just like cable, and I'm pretty sure you can record, I want to say like as many shows. I think YouTube has the option to do like up to 4 shows at once. You can check those specifics on these websites specifically, and they have the answers to those questions on their websites. But all of them are going to have that DVR option to record shows if that's a really important thing to you.
So what if I have an antenna and I want to use antenna TV as well as a streaming device because I don't want to pay as much for one of these streaming devices? What do I do there?
So
like how do you toggle between the two, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the biggest difference, so you're going to set up your antenna like you would hook it up. The biggest difference between that streaming TV and antenna, to switch between those, you're going to have to change the input on your TV. So your antenna is going to be on, whatever input it's on, and then your streaming TV is probably going to be on HDMI 1 or HDMI 2, whatever HDMI port you plug it into. So if you want to toggle between those, let's say you have an antenna already, it has the local channels you want, you like it, you're used to it, that's fine. You can totally continue to keep using that. And then when you want to use your streaming TV, you just switch the input on your TV. So let's say, oh, hey, this sounds pretty good. I want to look into signing up for this. Kind of what I was saying before, you can go to our website, and we have the links to all of these different streaming TV options. You're going to go to their website, you're going to fill out the form, the information, and set up an account. You will probably have to put in, even though it's just a free trial, like all of them, you're going to have to put in your credit card information to get that set up and set up that subscription. And let's say at the end of those 7 days, you're like, this isn't for me, you're going to have to go back to that website and cancel it. So just know that when you first set this up, you're going to need your credit card information, your email account, the password, and have all that ready so that you can write that down. After you set up an account, you can do that from your phone or laptop is probably the easiest way to do that. And then once you have your account set up, through your laptop online, then you get, those streaming devices, whether it be an Amazon Fire Stick or, your Roku streaming stick. You're going to set those up on your TV, and they're going to have, you can click on the Hulu TV logo or the YouTube or the Philo and select that, and you'll basically just sign into your account on your TV. So remember, when you set up your account online, to write down your email address and your password, so when you sign into your TV, you can automatically sign in and you're gonna be able to start that TV experience right away. And when you buy, let's say, a Roku streaming stick, essentially this is going to have a couple things in it. It's going to have the piece that you're going to hook up into your TV, so like a stick basically, and it's going to have an HDMI port on it, and you're going to plug that into your TV, whatever HDMI port you want, but essentially you just plug that in, and the streaming sticks or the Amazon Fire Sticks will come with a remote. So you will have a separate remote for, your TV, just like you would if you had like DirecTV or Dish. They send a separate remote. But you can hook that up. It'll walk you through the steps when you set it up to hook it up to your TV so that you can control the volume and turn the TV on and off. So really, it'll kind of replace your TV remote. The only time if you do need to do anything else to like switch input, you'll have to do that with your TV remote. But basically, it's this stick. You plug it into the HDMI port on your TV. You have your remote, and maybe you have a cord to, if you have a certain Roku, there's different versions of it that'll plug into power, but that's really, you know, the 2 to 3 main components depending on which one you go in. Do we have any more questions right now?
No, we just had somebody tell them that they love our internet. They've had it for about 10 years, and they're pleased with the TV part as well, that they're streaming now. So that's a great news that they're streaming. The great news is that anybody can do this. Is something for anyone. You don't have to be young to do this. This is something, it's just as easy as watching your TV.
Yeah.
So no, we really don't have any other questions.
Thank you for having our service for 10 years. We really appreciate your patronage. I always tell people the hardest part about switching to streaming TV is getting it set up. That's the hardest part, and it's just because there are so many steps to jump through, and especially if you're not used to, you know, working with your TV and your laptops and stuff, it's a lot of hoops to jump through. I have to get on my laptop and create this account. Now I have to plug this into my TV, make sure that it's the right thing, input all this information on the TV, and that's going to be the most time consuming part. But once it is set up, it's just like your regular cable TV. You know, you turn on the TV, you can just go through the guide, record your shows. It's going to be just like your normal cable TV. But the hardest part is getting it set up, is that initial change at first. But that is all we have planned here today. If we don't have any more questions, I'm gonna end this live. We will make this recording available later. We're gonna post it on our YouTube. We're gonna keep this up on our Facebook page. If people have any more questions, feel free to comment on our post or let us know. And if this is something that people found really helpful, or that there's maybe other technology things that you guys would be interested in us talking about, let us know, and we'll look into the possibility of, you know, continuing to do this series and seeing if we can help more people. Also, be sure to like our page and stay tuned. We will be giving away a Roku stick later on our account to kind of help people get jump started on their streaming TV experience. So be sure to stay tuned and like our page. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day.